Hi and welcome. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Reseller News for July 27, 2020. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today, I want to talk a little about eBay managed payments. I want to go over some things with you guys. I don't know if you guys are involved in it, if you signed up for it or not, but needless to say, it's something that I'm going to talk about. So I hope you guys can stick around. Thanks. Okay. I put out a tweet this morning, at least I think it was this morning, in regards asking somebody out there, some of my fellow followers. I only got 1,754 followers. And I just asked right over here, as you can see, it says, did a lot of you eBay sellers sign up for managed payments? And if so, is it working for you? I didn't get any responses back. Let me see if I got any notifications. Not really. Okay. It is what it is. Maybe people are at work or whatever. Maybe somebody will get back to me later on. I don't know. But I just wanted to get a little feedback on it. But needless to say, it ain't happening. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, there you go. Right there. It's rjpasini.com or whatever you put it in there, and you can follow me on Twitter, and you could leave tweets, and I will reply to them. In some cases, I do. In some cases, I don't get around to too often because I got a dozen other different things I'm working on. But anyway, let me bump out of that window, and we're gonna go over here to Auction Bites. And before I get started with this here, if you're new to my YouTube channel, I just want to say welcome to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come here and check out, you know, the content I put out. I hope you guys get a takeaway from it, because I say it all the time. It is very important to me that you guys get a takeaway from the information I put out. However, I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you URL. Let me just fix my little webcam here. I will give you URLs to where I get the information from, and the rest is up to you to pick up where I left off. All right. Now, as you can see, just to share this with you really quick, I got one window open up here for e-commerce bites. The other two are for eBay, and the other three are going to be for the other two, because the other one's something else, is going to be for the YouTube videos about managed payments. You're probably saying, what am I making a big thing about this for, or I expand on it? Is for the simple reason is we're all going to have to eventually be grandfathered into this here, whether we like it or not, the way I understand it. I could be wrong, but there's little formalities that are popping up every now and then. And this story came out, and let me give you the URL. It's www.ecommercebites.com. Very good site. I do not have any affiliate links with them. So if I tell you to go there, it's because they have active hyperlinks on the right side, and on this particular website, usually all the words are the wording that is like a shaded bluish, like a purplish blue. Those are active hyperlinks, and if you want to read more into it, you're going to need to go, and on the side over here as well, where it says recent comments and blog archives. Those you're gonna have to go directly to the website, because I do not click on those there, and I don't click on the active hyperlinks like the threads, like in this particular case, the threads here. And also, if you want to, it's totally up to you. If you want to receive this information for free, you drop your email address over here. So it says e-commerce bites. You could sign up for email addresses, and if they say how you heard, if you could kindly tell them, if you do, if you choose to, you don't have to, just tell them you heard it on Richard J. Pasini's YouTube channel. He talks very highly of you, and I do. I love e-commerce bites. I also love TameBay. That's another one I like too, but I don't have it up today. All right. So with that set aside, I always would like to throw the dates out there too, so you guys know that the information is updated and current, pretty current. There are times I will go back to older dates, and I do that there for a reason, is because if I'm trying to bring a point out across, or if I want to revert back to something that was older, but it's in relation to what's going on today, I will do that on occasion, not too often, so don't worry. Let's say this guy's going to go back 10 years. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, let's read into this here, and then I'm going to go to the eBay community and read a little more about what other people are saying on the chat board. Okay? All right. Excuse me, I'm getting a little, not cold, but I have seasonal allergies, so every now and then I got to clear my throat, unfortunately, but I always keep water here. Matter of fact, let me take a swig of water right now. Okay, this story came out July 26, 2020. It says eBay payments requires power of attorney, bank login information. So we'll read a little into it. It says some eBay sellers questioned why they were asked to agree to give a third-party company pay with my bank a limited power of attorney when registering for for eBay managed payments. All right. A matter of fact, I think I did click this thread on, and I think it did bring me up to one of these things here. Let me see something really quick, because I think I might have a thread opened up ready for you guys. Let me see something here. Come on, computer. My computer's very slow. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. All right. I think I do have a window open like that. Let me see. Yep, I do. Okay. All right. So it's even better yet. All right. So I can save you guys the trouble for it, because we'll touch bases on it. Let me just click out. I don't want to open up the same windows over. Okay. So we're going to go back to this here. So we're going to read a little into that there, where we talked about that, Richard, with the eBay managed payments. Skip it a little here. It says the issue came up on July 8th on the thread on the eBay seller discussion boards devoted to payments. I already opened it up. We're going to go to that after I just read a little into this here. All right. It might kind of like bounce around, not too much, but just a little. It'll make sense. Believe me, it'll make sense in the end. All right. So it goes on to say here, a seller with a handle, a surplus tool and supply noticed when they registered for managed payments, they were required to accept the terms and condition of pay with my bank, a third party. It goes on to say, among those terms, I would be agreeing to give them limited power of attorney, okay, listen to what I'm saying here, and make them my true and lawful attorney, in fact, an agent, the seller wrote. And then it goes on to say, and then it requires me to agree to give them my banking logon ID and password, which is ridiculous enough, but especially since I have a common login to about 8 different accounts. Now, we'll stop right there. I know eBay's a big company, a big reputable company. I mean, it's been around since 1995. It's not going anywhere yet. I hope not. I don't know how you feel, but I am not too eager to give user ID and password to my bank, in which I log in every day. I log in every single day. And people say, why do you log in every day? Because I want to make sure that, you know, everything's accounted for. I do comparisons with my statements. I know you did pay, so how many times you're going to do the comparison? I just like to check, because that's just the way it is. That's just the way I do things. That's just the way I am. There's no rhyme or reasons to why I do it, but I do check it, because I want to make sure everything's copacetic. Because I do have bill pay, and I want to make sure the creditors are being paid on time, and I want to make sure there's no discrepancies with banks. Because I did close out one bank and went to another bank. Actually, I don't deal with commercial banks. I like credit unions. They're a lot better for me. I don't patronize commercial banks. Too many fees. Too much fee structure needed, like eBay. No, but I got out of one credit union, went to another one, which I love. I really love it. And I do transfers back and forth, because I still have an open account on that other bank. So I've been doing external transfers back and forth, and I want to make sure everything's up to snuff. I don't know how you guys feel about this here. If this is something which it sounds like we're going to, I don't know, it sounds like we're going to have to, oblige to this new managed payment service. I don't really like the idea of it. I don't like it, not one bit, not one iota. I don't like it. I don't like, would you want it? That's like saying over here, I have a YouTube channel, and I want to put out my personal banking information with my user ID and my password, so everybody on YouTube could access my account and pull out funds or whatever. Not that there's a lot in there anyway, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care to do that. And people say, well, it's eBay, to stay within eBay confines. I understand that, but I'm not too crazy about it. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you're okay with it. I don't know. Now people say, well, wait a minute. For those who are new, I've been on eBay for over 20 years. I love eBay. I've been dealing with PayPal way back when. I love PayPal. I'm so sorry that the alliance between PayPal and eBay had kind of like parted seas. There's an old saying, If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. I don't know whose idea it was. I don't know if it was eBay's idea to cut ties or PayPal. I don't have a clue. I don't remember all that there. I had to do more, I had to research on that there to find out exactly why they parted seas, so to speak. But I'm not crazy about this here. But I did read somewhere where with the managed payments service, you would still be able to use those as, I guess, as alternative payments. For the most part, for the past over 20 years I've been here, people are always paying with PayPal. Now, I'm not, and I said this before in my other videos, I'm not going to, make any derogative remarks about this managed payment service by any means. And the reason why is because I didn't opt into it. I don't want to opt into it. But we may be compelled, and it may be a mandatory thing that we all going to be involved with it if we want to sell on this platform. I'm not crazy about it. Anyway, did I read that part? I did read that part. Let's read a little more. How much more is there to read? Wow. All right. I mean, it's not that much more because then I love to read the comments. You guys got to, when you come to e-commerce bites, read the comments that other people put on there. They tell you things that you and I are not even aware of. I mean, some people, it gets a little crazy with the comments, if you get my drift, but you got to check it out, though. All right. I don't know if I'm going to read all of this here. Maybe I'll just read up this here. It says, in a post about how to link a bank account managed to payments, an eBay moderator shares screenshots to show Pay with My Bank is offered as a facilitator when a seller's bank does not appear on a list of institutions offered during the registration process. In other words, what they're saying, I looked into this here. I mean, I read it earlier. I didn't, like I said, I didn't opt into it yet. If I did, I would let you guys know. I'd keep you abreast of it. What they're trying to say is, according to this here, they're showing you little screenshots. Yeah, if you go in there, it's going to ask you to search for your bank. If your bank ain't in there, then you're going to have to manually add your bank to it. Look, how can I say this? I use bill pay. I think most Americans, well, a percentage of, I don't know, most of them, but I know I got family members that use bill pay. Now, if you're having like Social Security checks or certain checks deposited to your account, for example, the stimulus check when that came out, whatever, you had to go in there. I think you had to go online. Well, I did. I went online and asked you how you want how do you want it. You can get it as you could get. You put your banking information in, you put your check number and routing number in there, and it gets deposited in your bank. I had to do that there. If you collect Social Security, the same thing. If you're doing direct deposit, they're going to need the banking and routing number. But they don't ask you for your user ID and password. So that's the thing that drives me crazy. But anyway, you guys can read a little more into this here. All right. I don't want to expand too much on the topic. I think you guys know by my tone how I feel about it. I'm not really crazy about it. But we're going to jump to the other windows, and we're going to see what they're all about. Honest to God, I really think I wished eBay would have just left it alone the way it was working. But again, we don't know yet. Yeah, when you go to this site, always check out, if you got the time, if you have the time, check out the comments left here. Let's see here. Let's look at one of them. What? Oh my God! They need a POA. They just want it so they can have the power to screw. All right, I'm not going to get too much into that there. You guys could check out you guys could check out. Just read the comments and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to get too much into them. I do find them very interesting, though. Let's put it that way. I think it's good to check them out, honestly. I don't know what to say, but we're going to jump to that window there with the one that said the thread for the eBay seller discussion boards. We're going to go there right now. Then I'm going to take it to YouTube. I'm not going to play the videos because I don't want no copyright strikes because, they're the Google's or YouTube's algorithm picks up things right away. And even if I want to play a little clip, I don't want to have no problems with. So I will just share I'll share the sites with you, the YouTube channel in there, and you guys could check it out for yourself. If you're new to my YouTube channel, for all intents and purposes, I put out the information. I do the reseller news. So let's look eBay. I'm also a vlogger. So there's gonna, like I said it before, I know the people who do following say, oh, here you go, you get a broken record. I'm sorry, I have to share with the new followers, the new subscribers. For all intents and purposes, my YouTube channel is to help inspire and share. I do talk about e-commerce, and like I said again, I also am a vlogger, so I might some do-it-yourselves, how-tos, whatever, on occasion. Not too often it comes up. Okay, so I just want to share that with you guys. All right, we're going to go to that thread. Okay, we're going to go to that thread. I got the window over I just showed you before. So we're going to click over here. And this is an open forum, so it's not like I'm, you know, these are people on here, so anybody can read. If you go to the community chat board, you could read the same thing I'm reading. I'm not reading anything that's, you know, that's not allowed. It's here. This person put this out on July 6, 2020. It says, finally decided to give in and sign up for managed payments. All the complaints I read seem to be about the things that didn't apply to me. You know, I told you guys that once before. Like when I go over issues or things that, let's say even e-commerce sites, when they talk about certain things that other buyers may experience or sellers, I don't always experience the same problems. That's the gospel truth. And if I did, you'd be the first to hear it, believe me, because I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything, folks. I tell it just like it is. And honestly, I haven't. Some of the things that people talk about on the even like Down Detector, you know, that's another site. I think I told you guys, if you are new, Down Detector, you could check that out. That usually tells you all specific problems that are going on within eBay. Well, whatever, if there's outages or whatever it is. It's called downdetector.com. That's what it is. One word, downdetector.com. And you could check it out, and you'll get an idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't experience the same problems other people have, you know, what they share here. Now, let's read a little into this before I start rambling on here. I'll just redo it again. It says, finally decide to give in and sign up for the managed payments. All complaints I read seem to be about the things that didn't apply to me. Because I have a legit business with a real business account and is always linked to PayPal anyway, I would just be signing up for the same stuff I am used to with PayPal. But then I'm just reading off here now. Don't want you to think I'm just talking off the top of my head. But then I got to the part of the registering process, which it requires you to set the terms and conditions of pay with my bank, quote unquote, you know, should say parentheses there, a third party. Okay. Among those terms, I'd be agreeing to give them limited power of attorney and make them my true and lawful attorney, in fact, an agent. And then it requires me to give them my banking login ID and password, which is ridiculous enough, but especially since I have a common login to about 8 different accounts, I'm not going to be able to agree to this. Not much of this has been discussed in other posts, or else it is convoluted or doesn't quite match my situation. Are people just agreeing to this without reading the agreement? I always say, let's read the rest of it. It goes, I was ready to necessary information and authorization to eBay, but this goes beyond what I would have expected. See attachment. Any advice is appreciated. Now, this person went to the eBay community chat. They posted up. This was done July 6, 2020. Still done with this month. I have to honestly say, I don't agree with it either. Now, if it's going to be, like I said again, if we're going to be compelled into this or grandfathered into it, where we're going to have to, this is going to be like a mandated thing where you have to do it, or you get off you can't sell on a platform. If that's the case, then I could either comply or just stop doing business with eBay for the 20 years I've been, over 20 years I've been with them, which is kind of like a crazy thing. I know people say, it sounds like you're skating around the issue. Are you contradicting yourself? I don't know how safe and secure this thing is. I don't really like the idea of giving my logon password, you know, my logon ID, my password to my bank. I don't like the idea of, because look, you're dealing with a company. Other people are gonna. That means when you pop that out there, That's going to go on everybody. Everybody in that company is going to have your password and user ID unless it's data encrypted. So in other words, if it's data encrypted information where you're typing it in and it's showing like, you know, different, like, you know, like asterisks, whatever, like, you know, when you're typing in online, when you're like, when you're on the internet and you're typing in your password, you got two choices. You could do show password or hide it. Now, most people, I would assume that if you're going to go along that route, if you have the option to hide it or show it, you're going to make sure, if it's a crazy password you don't know, you could keep it on the show for you, and then before you submit it, click the button and have it all asterisks out. That's one thing. It'll be data encrypted information. But I don't, you know, remember one thing, what man creates, man can also undo too. Remember that, okay? That's why they got hackers. Hackers, folks. That's where they got them. You know, they could break into just about anything if they really want to. If that is the case, I'm going to have to give it real serious thought, because I'll be honest with you, I don't feel comfortable with it. And if eBay is watching this, if they come across my YouTube video and they watch this here, please understand that this is not something I am very comfortable with, and I'm sure a lot of people ain't. And if you ain't comfortable with it, drop it in a comment below, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. Now, I could be just, you know, blowing off air, you know, steam over here, getting myself all uptight, and it may not be as bad as it seems, but I'm not too crazy about it. And I'm sure if I was to ask any one of you guys out there, or a typical person off the street, a total stranger, and ask out there, would you be willing to put your user ID and eBay and your user ID and password to your personal bank on the internet? They'd probably look at you like you had two heads. You know, I know people say, well, that's not the same. You kind of like, you know, characterize them one for the other. It's not. I know. I'm just using it as an example. I'm not crazy about it. But anyway, if you guys are not happy with it, or you drop a comment below and let me know. Share with us. You know what I'm saying? How you feel? It's either yay or nay, or I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. Whatever. That's your call, not mine. That's yours. All right. So I'm not going to read too much into this here. So I'm going to back out of here. That's in the managed payment. If you go to the eBay community, which I did, the eBay community, you type in payments, and this will bring this information up. Okay. We're going to close out this window. We're going to go to Lincoln. Oh, that's the other one there. That's something I want to look at later on for my eBay, my YouTube channel. So it goes over here again. Now this eBay has verified on the eBay community chat board here. Verified. I guess how can you say it there? People that respond. Okay, these are, I'm sure these are verified eBay employees that monitor the eBay community chat board, and they will respond to you. You could also, like I said, you could also share the post, and you could also bookmark it if you choose to do so. This story came out, and this by Charles, right? eBay Charles Payments, whatever, linking a checking account to manage payments. This story came out July 10, 2020. It goes on to say, with managed payments, sellers need to link their checking account to get paid. I don't mind. Look, I'll put it to you this way. Here's what I feel about it. When I do my taxes, I have to link. You know, I give them my tax. You know, my tax company I deal with, my personal routing check, my account number, routing number to my checking account. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, people may say, well, I wouldn't be so, you know, adamant about it, like, oh, okay, you're okay with it, but I don't like doing things through the mail. Stuff has been getting lost, you know. Sometimes it's a nightmare with the mail. I'm not blaming anybody in particular, but sometimes you might get, if you get like a letter carrier, like I'll give you an example. A relative of mine was ordering a package. It's supposed to come here to New York, and it ended up in Pennsylvania, and the person signed off on it. I know accidents happen, errors happen, you know, we're all human. But I'm just trying to say I've had experience like that's why when it comes to certain things, checks or, you know, my pay, like I do everything online. I get online, you know, I'm saving paper. I do the e-line service. What do you call it there? Electronic statements. I get the money. I don't want paper. I don't want paper coming to the house anymore. I don't want my statements coming here. That goes for everything. Tax papers, everything. Everything's done online. You're saving trees too. What do I need? Why do I have to have a physical copy? I can just put it because it uploads on my computer. If I need to print it out, I can print it out. It's stored on my data drive, my hard drive, whatever. And then eventually I take it off of that. I offload it off a secondary backup thing there because I don't want to keep everything on the computer. So I offload it and then keep it on the side, only with certain documents. But I'm just not crazy about this here. But anyway, it goes on here to say we recommend linking your checking account through the bank sign-in so we can verify the individual or business receiving the funds in the same individual, is the same individual or business managing the eBay account. Many popular payment solutions and accounting tools offer this approach for a secure, easy way to link your checking account, or you can choose manually to enter your checking account details. All right. Now here's what they're saying here. Okay, I'm just looking at this here as I'm thinking here. It says select your bank from a list of supported banks. Enter your bank account login credentials. Once signed in, eBay only sees your bank account and routing number to link your account. We won't be able to access the information like your bank login and details of individual transactions. If your bank isn't listed, you can still manually enter the checking account information when you begin linking your checking account. The prompt to select your bank will appear. If you do not see the bank listed, manually link it. Click My Bank is not listed on here, and then you could use the you scroll down a little more. They're showing you here examples using our bank sign-in. Okay, they got Chase Bank here, and you would probably manually put it in, no doubt, and then you would link your bank account there. Now, the way I have mine set up, when people make a purchase from me from eBay, it goes directly to my PayPal account. It sits in that PayPal account. It's a separate entity. Okay, it doesn't go. There are on occasions I do transfer it to my local bank, my personal bank, because I draw off that money when I get enough of it in there, make enough sales, and then I end up paying my bills with it. So my PayPal account is linked to my personal bank account, checking account. But if I don't do anything with it, if I just leave the money in there, it'll stay in PayPal, and then it won't affect that the other account. Unless I run short on PayPal, then they'll pull from that account to make up for additional fees or whatever it may be. But for the most part, I don't let that happen. But here they're telling you how to set it up. Okay? They're telling you how to set it up. I'm not going to read into all this here. Go to the eBay community chat board, and you could read more into this here. Okay? If you're very concerned about it. All right? Now, I know there's a part that sounds like it's a contradiction, but you still see what the person said. They still want you to do the other thing. But we're not going to get too much into that right now. All right? All right. I'm going to bump out of here. And this here is going to come up. I don't know if you guys have a YouTube channel. You might want to check these guys out. TubeBuddy. They're good. These guys are good. I'm not throwing a little segue to them, but I have it on Remind. I want to listen to what they have to say because I am a YouTube creator, as you all know. Well, hopefully you may know now. All right. Here's the two websites I want to share with you guys. Websites, the YouTube videos that are by eBay. Now, eBay has a couple of these now. Is this still? Okay, eBay for Business. There's also another one that just has eBay. All right. Here, you're going to have register for eBay. This came out. This was posted on YouTube July 24, 2020, of course. It says register for eBay, manage payments, what you need to know. You definitely want to check this out. And you can take a little time. It's on 1 minute and 28 seconds long. And the other one is sell and get paid all in one place. Again, that deals with eBay is managing payments. Right here it says that this one came out July 21st, 2020. So you may want to, or I highly recommend, you definitely check it out. Especially if you're going to sell on eBay, because I don't know how the newcomers work. I don't know how it's going to work with the newcomers. I don't know if the newcomers are going to get grandfathered in. I mean, right there and then they're going to sign up for it. Like I said, I've been on eBay for over 20 years, so I've been with PayPal a good length of that time, ever since I started on eBay, I believe. I don't remember changing any other. I don't remember any other companies coming in. If I did, they did. I don't remember. But for the newcomers coming in, they may be automatically signed up for it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating right now. So check it out if you get a chance. I'm not saying I'm not saying, you know, it's the worst thing in the world. I'm going to bump out of the screen. Give me a second here, guys. Okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it right now. I mean, I can't because I'm not involved with the managed payments. But like I said, I put that tweet out today. I think it was sometime this morning or late, or either after, maybe it was at the noon, sometime earlier. And I just want to find out if there are any eBay sellers out there that are using it, if they had any problem with it, if they would like to share that information. As you can see, nobody got back to me on that. Maybe they're busy, maybe they don't want to get involved with it. Maybe they have nothing to report, maybe they have nothing to talk about. But I know if it was me, if I was opted into it and I had good experience with it, you could rest assured you guys on YouTube would hear about it. Well, my followers, or you know, if you hit my YouTube channel, I'd definitely make you guys aware of it, and I'd also post it on Twitter as well. I don't look. I'm not a person that says that's it's this saying I'm not for change. Sometimes change can be good in some cases. And I'm not knocking eBay for what they're doing. I really ain't. If they're doing this with sincerity, which I would believe they are, and I'm not an advocate for eBay, because I think I had one eBay teammate said, "You sound like an advocate for eBay." No, well, just to clarify that really quick, the only thing I will say in regards, if you want to say in defense of eBay or whatever, or if you just want to say nice things about eBay, I don't think it's right that when you were able to call up on the phone and to sit there and squawk or yell or scream and curse at the teammates, the customer service reps, because they have nothing to do with what goes on. All their job is to take the call, document what's going on there, and they would pass it on to their supervisors or management. And when they have their staff meetings, they would probably, if it's a problem that came up all the time, they had their staff meetings. I'm sure it's brought up at the meeting. We've been getting a lot of complaints about the same particular issue happening over and over again. Back in the day, I have called up eBay, and I have, as much as I love them, I've called up on occasion, because I noticed one day I had on my view counter, I would see a lot of views for a lot of my listings. Back then I almost had 400 listings up. Now I only have like 124 left. And I called up eBay and I said, listen, I said, what's going on with the view counter? I said, one minute I got a whole bunch of views on all my listings, now I got zeros on all of them. And when they looked into it, they said, oh, that's because we're resetting the view counter. But needless to say, and they said it could probably take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and everything should be corrected. I guess they'll update and maybe whatever. And lo and behold, the next day or whatever, it did show up, and all the views that were there that disappeared are back again. And if you got somewhat of a photographic memory, you can remember and say, oh yeah, that's right, those items had that there, and you would coincide and say, okay, yeah, that's how many views I had on that particular item, that's how many views I'd have. I'm not saying I can remember 124, but on the ones that were very important to me, I knew I didn't lose those views because they all came back again. But you gotta have things like that happen. With change, it's always gonna be a problem. When I worked in the IT field, where I was in mainframe, I worked in a data center. And we worked 3 days on and 4 days off, 3 12-hour days, and it was hectic, and it was a very stressful job. And when you're running multi-platforms of all different systems, operating systems, it gets confusing and stressful. But on the main system we worked on, we used the military time, and we would send broadcast messages out to all the users worldwide, international. The company went international. It was a big company, IT company. And when we sent the broadcast message out, saying that at 1900 hours or 1700 hours, we are going to be doing a software, hardware upgrade. Okay? Please back up all your data on a T-disk, which means temporary disk, or your flash drive, whatever you got to do, because those software engineers, they had so much data, they worked on these things for weeks and months. And I'll never forget, One time, well, one of the instances, there's other ones, but the one that really stuck out to me was one time an engineer was coming down, software engineer was coming down for a computer printout. You know, they call them dumps, whatever, because they're looking for errors and stuff like that. If you ever seen them, the print on a green bar paper, for those who in the IT field probably know, I'm probably saying, that guy was back in the Stone Age. Well, they still use the green bar printer. And they would print out big dumps like this here, and what the programmers with software engineers would go, they would go through them and see where the error was, because they might have gotten an error in the system when they coded, when they were doing the coding in assembler or C++ or whatever. Although, you know, they use different languages in that company. It was a software development company. And I remember one time when he came to pick it up, because they would call in, say, we're coming down, we'll be by the window there to drop it off, to pick it up. And I remember one time he said, I'm also here to pick up a tape reel, a 2,600 foot or 3,600 foot reel. Those are the big tape reels. You ever see the machines when you put them in and they go, and they're moving around? Yeah, those are tape drives. And for some reason, that tape wasn't available at the time. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was still uploaded or someone misplaced it. We couldn't find it. I mean, eventually it was found. This guy was going haywire, going, I need that thing. I got months of work on that thing. I said, don't hang in there. I said, it's probably a tape license because we have new people coming in. They probably didn't set it, set it up right or whatever, put it misfiled or whatever. We'll get it for you. But this guy was freaking out. I mean, I understand, So, you're going to have things like that happening. Then there's another time somebody called up, and because they didn't back up, this guy was lucky. He backed it up on a reel. There was another guy that called up. I took the call. And he's like, he goes, I just lost my data. Can we get it back? I go, we already sent the broadcast message out. I go, if you didn't back it up, then I hate to say this, be the bearer of bad news. Your data is gone. Well, I might as well quit then. He goes, I had about 6 months worth of work. Well, what do you want to do? We put out the information there. That's your responsibility. And that's the same thing. The eBay does have announcements where they will post stuff similar to what I'm talking about. If they're going to do certain things, changes or upgrades with certain things, or maybe there's certain things that are going to get changed on our platform, you got to go to the eBay community chat board, because people say, I would personally send a broadcast message out to all the users. But like I said in my other video, the one I did yesterday, there's 25 million active sellers out there, and let alone of all the particular people just in general on the platform. But, if everybody's all linked in, all it takes is one little message saying we're doing an upgrade, a hardware, software upgrade. It's going to, you may see a problem. It's going to take place at 5 p.m., whatever, Eastern Time, Central Time, PS, whatever, Pacific Time. Send that message out. You get an email. I get emails from eBay anyway. So what's the big deal of sending something like that out? Protect yourself. But, yeah, I just hope that, we'll be more, how can I say it, more informed about this as the time goes on. Remember one thing, folks, they're rolling out this program. They gave people the option to opt in back then. I think July 15th was the cutoff time, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was that. Afterwards, I don't know what happens because I didn't opt into it, and I don't remember getting anything from eBay. If I did, it's probably lost in all those emails I get. And I got multiple accounts for different things. So if it was in there, I didn't opt into it. But I tell you one thing, I still have PayPal, and I'm still making sales with them. Still getting, when I make the sales, everything, the transaction's a smooth transaction. From eBay to PayPal, and then on occasion, I will route it over to my other, do a standard transfer, which is free from PayPal. And that's it. But I don't have, so far, knock on wood, I have no problem with them. But again, I know I'm kind of curtailing off of this here, but getting back to the other thing with the customer service with the eBay teammates, I found out one thing. They're like the foot soldiers, okay? And I told this to them. I go, you guys like the foot soldiers. I go, you guys probably get all the brunt of it, and Muppet Management doesn't hear about it until later on, because that's what they tell you. For your, we record these messages for learning purposes or whatever. You don't talk about those messages. And they do. The managers do listen to those customer service reps. They do listen to them. I don't know if they're voluntarily, if they think they should, or it's done, it's just done automatically at the end of the day when you get off your shift. I don't know if the manager's going to sit there for 8 hours, listen to every call you made. They may. I don't know. I don't know how that system works. We didn't do that when I worked in my company. But the thing that I would say is, which we can't call right now, is if you're going to, the time comes and you do have an issue like that, where you're having experience and problems, it doesn't pay to scream and yell at the eBay teammates, because they're just there to take calls and document them. That's it. So, a person who yells and screams or curses at them, because they said that. I go, do you get people yelling and screaming? Oh, yes, we do. I go, oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. But, that's not going to do anything. I mean, people might say, well, I feel good. I got it off my chest. I got it off my chest. So it made me feel good. Go, I don't know, go take a jog or something to get to relieve your stress, but don't take it out on the poor people that are doing that there. Yeah, when I noticed on the zero feedback, the zero views on my eBay listings, I called up a couple of times, like every other day. Every time I noticed it, I called up, and they told me, when you notice that, would you kindly call? I said, yeah, that's no problem. I don't mind. I'll call you, and I did. Eventually, they circumvented the problem. There was whatever that glitch was, and there were all going to be glitches every time. Like I said again, there's new software, upgrades, or hardware installation, whatever upgrades. There may be a time when there may be a little, sporadic spikes in the system, in the IT infrastructure. But you got to deal with it. That's it. But again, outside of that thing with the zeros, with the zeroing out on the views, I never really had any big problems with eBay. Never did. Not that I can recall. But there are going to be times when things like this are going to happen. All I say is, if the time comes, we're able to call up eBay. You could still call PayPal. You can still call them up. I even have the number here if you guys want it, whatever. But you could still call them up and get a live person on the phone. They're limited as far as how many people they got to talk to, but I've been getting through them. Okay. And the best time, I'm on the East Coast, I'm in New York. The best time I call them up is around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I get right in there. I'm able to talk to them. And later on, but you still, I called at different times for different reasons. Not to complain, just to inquire. And what do you call it there? And probably like around the afternoon, whatever, maybe like late in the afternoon, not too late in the afternoon, like maybe 3, 4, or 5 o'clock. If I'm not mistaken, you could still get in touch with them. Well, that's for people that work 9 to 5, but how many people going back to work 9 to 5 with this COVID-19 thing? It seems like everybody's stuck in their house, right? Anyway, that's all basically I want to share with you guys. Again, if you are new to my YouTube channel, my name is Rich Pasini. I do the Reseller News. I do the Let's Talk eBay, and as I said earlier, I am a vlogger. If you are thinking about selling on eBay, or you are a seasoned seller like myself, I consider myself a seasoned seller because I've been on eBay for over 20 years. I just want to say I wish you guys all the best in sales. Stick with it. Be a little conservative when it comes to sourcing for stuff. Don't spend more money than you have. Here's what I say: if you got more money on eBay going out than coming in, you might want to pull back on buying too much inventory, because that money that you're tying up could be used to pay your bills. That's why I hold off. I buy little things. If I do go, now tomorrow they're going to have a 50% off. I got a coupon for it. I will be heading down to my local thrift stores. There's the same owner owns both, and they're pretty big too. I will go down there to exercise that because I'm getting 50% off. But I buy things within reason. I will not go into a thrift store and spend $300, $400, $500 buying stuff. I don't care if it had 1,000% off. I watch when I spend. I have a budget of what I'm going to spend for that day. I can't go sourcing every day, and I don't really list every day because I'm trying to, get rid of the inventory I have right now. So why am I going to keep adding more and more, tying my resources up, the money I need to pay bills, when nothing's selling? But then again, people will sit there and say, well, it takes money to be in business. You got to invest money to make money. I understand that, but if you're working on a very tight budget and you don't have the funds readily available, you don't want to tie it up, because let me tell you something, folks. You go to the thrift stores and you sit there and say, well, I spent $200, $300, or a yard sale, whatever it is. You spent $200, $300, cash, whatever, and that bill comes in, and you don't have the money to pay for it, you're going to be sitting there saying, dang nabbit, I spent $300 on merchandise, you know, for sourcing, thinking I was going to sell all this, and now my bill's out. Now there's a short windfall there. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't, like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't tie up too much money in inventory, especially if we're in slow times. Right now it's kind of slow. For me it is. Okay? So I watch my spending. I'm not going to sit there and, you know, go out and blow money on inventory right now because I want to get rid of the stuff I have. Just think about when the time comes you go sourcing, if you go to yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, or wherever you're going to go for sourcing, try to stay within a budget. That's all I'm telling you. For yourself. Okay? For yourself, because you want to have cash readily available, and you don't want to keep yourself short at the end of the month. I heard people that talk like that back in the day. They would go out and spend money here, there, and everywhere, and they say, oh man, I don't have enough money to pay my credit card bill this month. My car payments are coming up. Well, what'd you do with your money? Oh, I spent $300. I bought that new Apple iWatch or whatever. You know, put the money away for a rainy day. And remember this, it's not how much you make, it's how much you could save. If you have a budget where you could save $5 or $10 a week, or better if you could put $20 a week away, you do that math at the end of the year, what it adds up to, you'd be surprised. You say, wow, that's not bad. You just got to be a little conservative, frugal. I know people think, oh, that guy, he's cheap. Well, yeah, I'm a little on the cheap side when it comes to certain things, but it's nice to have some cash in the bank, too, for a rainy day. So, you know, it is what it is. We're in tough times. People lost their jobs. People's benefits might not be getting an extra $600 a week with the unemployment. I think that's another reason why maybe eBay, well, for me, I can't speak for others, maybe that's why it's a little on the slow side. Maybe people don't need that printer I have listed on eBay. Or maybe, you know, I got women's shoes. Maybe that does for shoes for $10. Even I say it's only $10 for a pair of shoes. Maybe that the person who wants to buy them right now is not in a predicament to buy them right now. They don't have the cash for it, or they need that money for other stuff. You know, so there's a lot of variables. What's going on today? There's a lot of crazy things. Job, you know, like I said, the unemployment is astronomical. It's not. We're not like really, you know, the best of times right now. Everything, you know, everything we do, well, I do. I teach my kids the same thing. You know, buy out of necessity. Buy only the things you need. You know, it's like I bought this watch here. I bought it from Walmart. I had one. It was called the Casio Wave Scepter or something like that. Back in the day, it cost me $50 to buy it, and I discontinued the model. Now they got a different model number. It's the same thing, but it's a different model number. And I'm looking on eBay, and they're all different prices: $70, $80. They're all coming from Japan. There's nothing coming from into the U.S. And I said to myself, well, I bought this one for $19 with the shipping and with the tax. It came to $20. So I said, it's a Casio. It's a 10-year battery life. I said, what do I need a watch like that for? I want something where I can look at my wrist and say, okay, it's 10:45 or it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I don't need a fancy watch. You know, I don't need an Apple smartwatch. I had one, not an Apple. I had one. I bought an aftermarket one. I think I paid $10-15 for it, and it didn't last too long. So I ended up getting rid of it. I said, well, Casio, I like Casio. Not that I'm getting anything for it by throwing it out there, but, you know, I'm not leaving it to segue, but they're good watches. And the last one I had like 15 years, almost 20 years. Finally gave out. So, but again, this was only $20 with the tax. So, and free shipping from Walmart. You know, I love Walmart. All right, listen, let me let you guys go. I will talk to you the next time. Again, if you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And lastly, if you do like this video, any of my videos, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. Until next time, bye-bye for now.